t-shirt in your drawer in my house. And even though I took down our pictures, you're still hanging around.
Thank you so much for doing this interview with me. Right off the top, since all of this has been going on around the world as we speak, how are you dealing with this coronavirus outbreak? Are you safe? Is your family safe? And where are you located right now?
Yeah, everybody's safe in my family, including myself, so very grateful for that. And I'm in Saskatoon right now.
How's it looking in Saskatoon? What are people doing? I mean, I know everybody's home, but, are you checking up with them through social media, which I assume? Are you doing performances? What are you up to?
Yeah, I've been doing a lot of live streams. That's kind of been how I've been connecting with everybody through social media. And, on the off nights, we're playing board games over Zoom and things like that. So we're trying to make the best of a weird situation for sure.
It definitely is a weird situation, but you and so many people in the music industry are making things a little bit more comfortable. Congratulations on the new album. Chapter 1, I do believe it's called?
Yes. Yeah. Thank you so much. We released it April 3rd, so we're really excited, getting lots of great feedback.
Why the name Chapter 1? I'm just curious right off the top.
Yeah, Chapter 1 because I actually spent a little over 3 years working on this EP, and it just felt like a roller coaster ride that I almost feel like I could have written an entire book in this chapter. But I'm looking forward to the next chapter now, and I've reflected on this whole chapter that has really kind of shaped me as an artist and a person.
Well, I wanted to talk a little bit more about the new album and also the latest single too, but I want to talk right off the top about the love of country music. Where did that all begin for you?
I definitely come from a family that listened to a lot of country music. My grandparents on their radio and my parents listened and loved country music. But I was really kind of immersed into it at a very young age. At the age of 3 years old, my parents put me in singing lessons. So I really grew up singing and playing, and I've had a love of all genres, but country's definitely been my heart and soul.
Who would you say were your favorites growing up?
Growing up, Martinamcbride was my all-time favorite. I had her Waking Up Laughing, I believe is what the name of the EP or the album was called, on repeat, and got to go. I think it was my second concert ever. I was on the floor seats with my mom, stood up on my chair, and one of the security guards come and brought me one of her guitar picks. So,
oh, wow.
Definitely Martinamcbride's my number one for sure.
Now, I'm going to switch it up a little bit. Canadian, though, country artists. Who are your favorites growing up?
Growing up, Canadian, Shania, obviously. Shaniatwain has been a huge influence. Growing up, I used to sing at our little Grand Ole Opry show in Spiritwood, Saskatchewan, and sang a lot of Shaniatwain. I listened to a lot of Celine Dion growing up too, which is kind of crazy, a bit of a change of genre, but Taking Chances was one of my favorite songs by her. And lately I've just been listening to a lot of the ones that have been crushing it, like Megan Patrick, Dallas Smith, all those great artists right now.
How do you feel about being part of this surge? Because I would say for the last 5-6 years, Canadian country has really exploded. I look at it as a balloon with air being blown into it, and it's just waiting to burst. Because I remember back in the 90s when that surge was happening with artists like Terry Clark, and now it's just like every time I turn around, there's another new Canadian country artist, and it's not just a new Canadian country artist, but it's a new great Canadian country artist, and you're part of that whole family now.
Yeah, I mean, it's great because I think that I was actually just talking with somebody about this not too long ago. I really think that Canadian country artists have the same kind of resources now that the American mainstream country artists have. So, we're working with great producers and, some of the best musicians in the business. So I think that the world of technology has kind of really expanded us as Canadian artists to just be country music artists. You know what I mean? We've really developed in these past, few years, like you said, and I think we're just absolutely crushing it, which is really great to see.
Oh, no, you guys are definitely crushing it, too. Speaking of crushing it, remind me, are you an award winner? I do believe you are.
Yeah, last year I won the Emerging Artist award at the SCMA, so that was very exciting.
What was that like for you when that happened? Because, again, when you have those kind of titles, I mean, it just helps with the next step of getting to, which is what we're going to talk about, the new album.
Yeah, well, it was kind of bittersweet. I actually wasn't in Saskatchewan. I was living just outside of Toronto at the time, and my boyfriend had came to watch me open up for Cold Creek County with my friends, Big City Lights. So I had that booked in advance and couldn't fly back for the awards. So I watched in my car over their live stream, and when they said my name, I burst into tears and was like laughing and crying all at the same time. It was really quite surreal because I, honest to God, was not expecting it. So it was really, really neat to be recognized by my peers in Saskatchewan for sure.
Well, let's talk about Chapter One because this is where it all leads to. What were your thoughts when you were putting this together, and what stage were you at personally and musically to be able to create this?
Like when I started this whole project 3 years ago, I think my taste in country music specifically was a little bit kind of all over the place, and I think I still do appreciate the different kind of paths and that country is taking. And I kind of, as I grew working on this EP, I kind of wanted to acknowledge that. So a lot of none of the songs on the EP sound remotely the same to me in my eyes, the way that we produced them, the way that I sang them. They're all kind of different in their own way and show a different side of my country love. It's definitely kind of evolved, and I think the way that I see certain songs like Paper Town, for instance, is all about dreaming and not letting anybody stand in the way. And I've had a lot of those situations in the past kind of try to take me down and get in my way. But that song's really kind of been something that I've grown to have a different meaning for myself over these past few years.
Is that the lead single? Is that the single out right now?
Paper Town, no, it's the last song on the EP, but we're kind of testing the waters to see what the next single will be. So that one's definitely getting a lot of love for sure.
Well, I'm not surprised with the way you write songs, so I'm so looking forward. I haven't had a chance yet. I've heard one or two songs, but I'm looking forward to hearing the whole EP too. You said that you've been able to perform some of the songs, I do believe, on some of the live stream performances. What's the reaction been like?
Yeah, well, I actually did my kind of official EP release party. We were supposed to be doing it in Toronto at the Dakota Tavern, but with all this craziness, obviously it was canceled, and I decided to keep the date as my EP release show on April 9th, and we did a live stream, and lots of love. I mean, it's kind of all across the board. Everybody has a different taste, and like I said, all these songs are so different. So they're really speaking to different people in different ways. So it's really cool. People are pretty tied right now, but getting a lot of love and a lot of great feedback on the songs has been very rewarding for sure.
In the meantime, more live stream performances happening with you?
Yeah, we've got one tonight, actually. My oldest brother, he's a huge Sugarland fan, and growing up, they listened to rock music, like a lot of heavy metal and that kind of stuff, and I was the little sister that sang country, and they were annoyed by it. But as my brothers have gotten older, they've started to love country, and Sugarland has been my oldest brother's, favorite duo in country for the last couple years. So his birthday was yesterday, And I told him that I was going to do a live stream of all songs Sugarland. So we're going to have some fun tonight and a live stream with just all Sugarland songs.
Looking forward to that. But to be able to find out everything you're doing, social media is a place to go. Where do we go to follow you?
Yeah, it's just at Shantaia Music. Shantaia is tricky to spell, so I'll spell it out for you. SHANTAIA Music. And all of my social media is that right there.
Fantastic. Look, thank you so much for making time to do this interview with me. Thank you for the great music. Congratulations on that, too. And please be safe. Hope your family is safe, and crossing fingers that you will be back in Toronto at Dakota. And hopefully I can be there in the audience with other people listening and checking out your music live.
You bet. Thank you so much for having me today, Rudy. I really appreciate it.
You take care, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah, talk soon. Bye.